In the depths of my soul, feeling the loss of control in the spirit, so colorful. Easy feeling, then let's go to a place where you belong. Give you strength to carry on. Open your heart, set your mind at ease. Live your life and you'll be free. We're gonna rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising, rise, rise, rise. Rise, rise. Keep on rising, rise, rise,
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Toon Review. Tonight is fan forum night. I'm in a lot of pain, guys, I have to say. I'm battling through. As everybody knows, I suffer from Parkinson's, and I had a bad turn in the shower today and ended up losing my balance. And, well, being 6'5", it was a long way to fall. I slammed into the back of the taps. The tap practically went in the back of me back. I think I've broken 2 ribs, and I've got a very bad leg and a very bad hand, but hey ho, I need something to do to keep me occupied. Danielle, how are you doing?
Good. All good.
Yeah, and what about Chris Wood? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, really happy. I think it's a decent signing. I suppose we'll get into it as we go through, but I think that we're all getting a bit carried away with these big names that we're signing. And I think, do you know what? It is a rebuild. This is it. And I'm so delighted that Burnley are absolutely fuming about it. So brilliant.
I think it puts things into perspective a little bit, that maybe we need to settle down on the big transfers, the massive names coming in. Just get the players in that we know could possibly do it. Yeah, Trippier was a great signing, but you know, the more I think about Chris Wood, the more I think about he's a very, very good signing, because he gives a bit of strength up front, a bit of power, a bit of nastiness, which is just what we need, and hopefully some goals to keep us up.
Absolutely, and that's all we need.
Yeah, but if worst came to worst, God forbid we went down, we've got Chris Wood as a striker next season. Who was very good in the Championship, as we know. You look a bit like a Bond villain tonight, I have to say, Danielle. It's a little freaky. Stroking my cat, mascot. You know. Yes, the TV mascot. I killed James Bond. Anyway, we've got plenty of guests lined up, which is nice to see. And I think we've got some newbies on. But we've got Stig of the Dump, Dublin Magpie. We've got Steve back on for after a long, long time. We've got Alex.
Chris
we've got Baz joining us.
Go.
Obviously the baby must be asleep. We've got Sai, who I believe is new to the forum. We've got Sai. How are you doing?
Hello, mate.
We've got Rohan. We've got Liam. We've got Ryan. So we've got Canadians, Americans, hobbits from Ireland. We've got everybody on tonight.
Hobbits from Ireland.
And they say we're not a big club with a global fan base.
Yeah, I know.
As you guys would say, give your head a fucking wobble.
Oh, he's off already. Gary Finnegan, thanks for becoming a member, mate. Thank you so much. Right, it's nice to see you, mate, apart from in the foyer with a pint in your hand.
Aye. I thought I'd eventually bite the bullet and jump on, mate, and have a bit of crack.
Hi, nice to see you, buddy. Nice to see you.
Too much.
Time Lord Boris wants to know, is Chris Wood worth 20 million quid? Listen, it's 25.
I think so.
However, yeah.
He is.
However,
if he keeps us up.
Exactly. 25 million quid, right, is a drop in the ocean for these guys. That's like me taking a tenner out of a bank machine, as far as I'm concerned. But this photo here looks quite good. It's, you know, obviously it's not the official one yet. It's a photoshopped one, but he does look good in a Toon uniform.
He does suit it, like, doesn't he?
Yeah, it's just like it was meant to be. We may as well start with Cambridge, because obviously that needs to be addressed on the fan forum, because I said we were talking about it, unfortunately.
Does it? It does.
Dublin Magpie, we'll start with you. What did you think of that?
Shocking. Absolutely fucking shocking. It was disgraceful, actually.
Yes,
is that Chris Wood picture you got there?
That is Chris Wood picture.
Yeah. Were you quite annoyed on Saturday at Dublin?
I was. Just the lack of any kind of clinicalness or like desire just to kind of like finish it properly, like, and just put it away, put it to bed.
Yeah. Steve, if Wood was playing on Saturday, would we have beaten Cambridge?
Certainly would have had a better chance to. I think Mitov definitely won them that game. You gotta just take that into account. He had, I think, 4 or 5 world-class saves.
Yeah.
Any kind of save you could imagine. He saved a volley off Jacob Murphy. He had a shot in the middle of the box where he knew a player was going to be, one of his defenders rushing into him, and he still got the save. And so, I mean, would have had a better chance probably to win the game, but
I keep saying it, a striker. A striker basically would have scored that one from 6 yards out that Murphy hit straight. Really, he hit straight at me off, to be honest. I think he would have scored. But hey ho, it gives us a bit of bounce for the Watford game, without a shadow of a doubt. Rohan, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. How are you?
Not bad. What did you think of that debacle then on Saturday?
Oh,
were you there?
Yeah, I was at the game with my dad and my younger brother. Oh,
yeah.
It's the worst performance I've been to, like from being in the ground, and I've been going sporadically since 2007. So
yeah,
that's the worst performance I've seen from a team in black and white.
It was dreadful, wasn't it? I mean, there wasn't any. I mean, I don't get what Eddie Howe was saying. The body language. Were you there, Si?
No, I wasn't there, mate. I was going to take the Ben, 7-year-old. It was going to be his second game, but we were all isolating, luckily. So the Ben watched it with me on the telly, and he ended up playing FIFA halfway through. And yeah, it wasn't great. It wasn't great at all.
Brilliant.
I took all the kids, and honestly, I mean, I had comments from my 13-year-old daughter saying, "Oh, that number 10, Maximan, he's a ball hogger." She didn't understand. Because the only other game she's been to was the Burnley one. So we still haven't seen Newcastle score in 90 minutes, which was just, I mean, it was terrible. It was terrible. Baz, we all know your feelings on the match. I mean, it was, well, diabolical.
It was. And if Wood was playing in that game, we would have won that game because he's a striker and you would finish those chances. But let's just look at the positives. We've now finally got a striker. Let's forget about Cambridge. Because it's amazing how quickly our fan base can change from being all completely down and out to being, oh my God, we've got Chris Wood coming through the door.
Newcastle fan base? You're joking, Baz. We're the most placid fan base on the planet, mate. Jesus
We've
Christ.
We've Twitter the last 24 hours. We've got more information at 10 o'clock to give everyone as well when we,
we have.
do the next show. But I am very excited for Saturday now. There's no reason why we can't go and hammer Watford 3-4-0.
I mean, can you just, I put a tweet out just before the show. Could you imagine last game of the season at Burnley away? Chris Wood scores a goal in the 89th minute to keep us up and sends Burnley down. Oh, the scenes.
More like it.
I would just go and stand with I tell you what, even if I couldn't get a ticket, I'd stand outside with a pie and just love the experience. It's just amazing.
Sean Dyche must be very, very upset with himself that he fell out with Wood now.
Oh, can you imagine what he sounds like now? Well,
he knows the Burnley owners won't buy him a new striker. So
yeah.
Apparently,
it'd be interesting to see what they do with the money, But it's all about attracting the players as well. And let's face it, Burnley aren't exactly I don't know how to put this without.
Check if Cornet's got a really
mega sexy club.
That's right, Steve.
Mega sexy club.
There's a rumor that release clause isn't real either. That apparently it's not real until the summer. The Mirror are saying that the chairman just went, "Yeah, go on then." It's apparently it's not even active yet.
Listen, I couldn't give a monkey's right tit, right? I don't care. The fact is, we're getting them in, and we're getting them in early enough to be available for the Watford game. But no Newcastle United, you'll get COVID on friggin' Friday. So,
Dennis,
you know,
Dyche must be angry with his chairman. If his chairman's letting him go.
I know.
That makes no sense.
Keith Longworth, thank you very much for the $8.99 super chat, and Michael Marsden with another £100, mate. Thank you so much, buddy. Honestly, people's kindness has been blown me away this last 7 days. It really has. Tonight is the last night that I'm putting funds towards the stuff that me and Danielle are going to come together with and try and put something nice together for Dave. Tonight is the last night for that. So thank you very much again, Michael and Keith. Very, very much appreciated. Now, Liam,
all right.
Were you at the game?
No, I wasn't. I watched it.
Lucky twat. What did you think of it?
It didn't really make much sense, the whole game, to be honest with you. Even things like, I don't get how St. Maxim's supposed to be playing as our number 9 on that occasion, but he wasn't at all. He was on the wings doing these fancy step overs. Jacob Murphy was through on goal more times than what St. Maxim was. He was more of a centre forward that game specifically, but he hasn't been playing as a central striker for us. He's been playing as a wing back. The whole thing is it was a shocking. Where's Dwight Gale? It doesn't make any sense.
Well, he's got COVID apparently. He's got COVID apparently.
Where's Stevenson? Where's Anderson?
Exactly, that was my point.
Didn't make any sense at all.
Stevenson. Alex, obviously over there in Poland, what did you think?
Same as what everybody's already said, with the exception of I'm just disappointed for the. This was a chance for some of the fringe players to stake their claim, because ultimately we're not going to be able to change the whole squad in 6 months.
Yeah.
So some of these players, they're still going to need to be here for 2 or 3 years, because we can't turn the whole squad over. And this is people like Longstaff and Kraft. This is their chance to try and show it. And Longstaff improved against Man United and then put in that, whatever that was. Kraft as well. He's not going to get a look in at right back anymore because he's got Trippier and Manquillo over the top of him. He's not going to get in a look in at centre back with all these new links. So it's just a shame because, especially with that midfield, it looks like Willock's going to be the survivor just because of his price and his contract and his age, not because of his quality. It's, I mean, Murphy's probably the only one who sort of stepped up and said, I can be a squad player, I can improve, I can stay. Everybody else was a bit, even Shares, he picked up his delivery a little bit in the second half, but it was 3 or 4 just misplaced long balls into nobody.
Well, he's
Shelvey
done
did
that
fine,
quite a few times this season, to be honest.
Shelvey couldn't influence. Yeah, he has. He's not. His long ball games just disappeared.
Yeah.
And Shelvey, I mean, he was told to quarterback, and he couldn't do much more than what he was told. I don't think he did anything wrong.
That's what I've said, Alex. I've said since the game. Shelvey gets the ball and he's looking up, and he's got no one to pass to.
He did okay. I can't. People are angry with Shelvey. I think he did what he was told to do, and he didn't do it badly.
Scapegoat.
So,
whenever we play badly, Shelvey will be the scapegoat.
And he mentioned about Maxi being a 9. I'm happy that Howell noticed that. He was a 9 for half an hour, and he went, okay, that's not working, and he tried to mix it. So I'm happy that Howell instantly noticed that. But I mean, I kind of feel sorry for the manager.
We'll want to Maxi a bit later because I'm sure everybody's got their
bad
opinion.
Performance, not great. Murphy probably the only positive from the entire match.
Yeah, listen. If he's up for the medical tonight, right? You know what this means. Maybe it's not Danielle, but the lads will know. If he signs tomorrow morning, it's morning wood.
Yeah.
I'm here all week, guys. I'm here all week. I mean, we've seen
I'm cancelling the show at 10 o'clock after that.
Yeah. You just shut up, Barry. George makes a comment saying, I think Chris Wood is smart signing for the situation. With the amount we play on the wing, as we are hopeless at playing through the middle, we can focus on the style of play that and ethos when we get in the director of football. I mean, Ryan, it's all about now just surviving, isn't it, rather than the big names?
Yep, we're brought back down to reality where you can't get your Vlahovic, David, Jovic. We have to get someone like Chris Wood, and I'm not too bothered about it because we need to get out of relegation. I can't get with this mentality of, let's get relegated so we can rebuild for next season. Fuck off.
That's a loser's mentality.
Exactly.
I mean, ADB there says not Wood. It's embarrassing. I don't think it's embarrassing at all. I think it's a very crafty piece of business as well, because it takes. Look how furious Burnley are that they're losing Chris
really
Wood.
mad.
It's not going to be a long contract, is it?
So it doesn't take much to get other Premier League clubs mad at us, to be fair.
No.
Pretty sure us existing makes them mad.
Yeah.
The modern day thing is now is it's all about big names. Like, oh, Chris Wood's dead. But, like, I just saw a tweet where, like, there's 5 players the last 4 seasons that have scored 10-plus goals. It was, like, Kane, Son, Jamie Vardy, Lacazette, and Chris Wood.
Yeah.
If you could score 10-plus goals in a season, you're considered a Premier League.
It's this season statistics that are scaring people, I think, because he's only got 3 so far.
Yeah, exactly.
But he is playing for Burnley. They don't.
They're great, but
people give him credit if he scores 10 goals at the end of the season. It's all about.
You've got to remember who he's playing for. Burnley, who don't create many chances.
His XG is closer to 5, so he is underperforming XG. So he should be a little bit higher. I mean, what's Wilson got? 6. So
see, that's a good stat.
They're really missing. The other reason why Wood is also struggling is because Cornet. Cornet's been injured. He's been a revelation for Burnley this year. Could play left back, left wing back, left midfield. Good player at Lyon, just never really had consistency. But he's got the license in that Burnley team when he wasn't injured.
Is that the guy that went off injured against us? Yeah, he was destroying Lascelles for 20 minutes, and then he got injured, and Lascelles went, "Oh, thank God for that." It was amazing.
Didn't take much.
Didn't have time to make any impact on the game.
Honestly,
guys, I know there's still a few he's trying to get on the forum tonight, but we're full up at the minute. So
I'm gonna be leaving soon anyway, so someone can drop in.
Why, Ryan? Why?
I have work in 10 minutes.
Oh, it's different when it's.
Oh, is that why you got your coat on, Petal?
Yeah, it's minus 26 where I am right now.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, it's middle of summer for me, man. I'll still be in my shorts, man.
You guys complain about your weather. Look at me.
Yeah. Santos says if we win our next 2 games and get out the bottom 3, then we might get some good signings done late in the window. Players more willing to come. Brian says, I'm happy if Eddie Howe likes him that much, he'll be getting my support. Good luck, Chris.
Damn right.
Michael, thank you for sticking another 100 quid in, mate. I don't know what to say, mate. 200 quid in the space of 2 minutes. That's unbelievable. Thank you, Michael, so much. I'll drop you a text tomorrow anyway, mate, because arranged to meet up. Right, so who's next after Chris Wood? Then who do we think's coming in? We'll start with Sai.
How do you say it now? In Ketia?
Ekiteke.
Everyone pronounce his name.
He seems to be, from what I'm reading and what I'm seeing, the next likely option. But I just want to say on Chris Wood, I've noticed already some negativity, saying it's not marquee, saying it's not this, it's not that. He's a proven Premier League goal scorer, around the 10 mark per season. But it's also a huge blow to Burnley, who are our rivals. I think we should go out and launch a bid for Josh King and for Dennis. Do you know what I mean? And then fucking cripple them
well, if we're going for Dennis as well, we may as well go for Sarr. You know, why not just raid all our relegation rivals, you know? But there you go.
I mean, it's a scrap. We'll realise this year is a scrap. It's not about maybe signing the players who want to see us for the next 5 years. It's a pure bear pit, snake pit down there that we just need to get out of. And if we can use our money and do any backhanded tactics and raid other teams in and around us, then fucking do it, man. And
they already hate us.
Fucking spot on, man.
Yeah. Wow, round of applause from the French Canadian.
I don't think I've ever seen that ever.
I've seen so many people in comment section saying, "Oh, let's get Vlahovic, Lacazette, Aubameyang."
Yeah. Well, there's one on the screen now. Why are we shopping at the bargain basement? Exactly. I thought those days were over when Ashley left.
Wouldn't even be looking at Chris Wood if Ashley was here.
Let's be honest.
Ashley would never have bought
10 million in the summer to spend.
Proven goal scorer. Ashley would never have sanctioned that.
No.
Yeah, he wouldn't go over 28 or something, or 26.
Yeah. Liam, what would you say to that?
I think, to be honest with you, 9.25 plum, you are a plum. I think you need to look at the league table and realise where we are. We're 19th in the league. Like, these players that people mention, why would they come? Why would they come? Like, it's just not realistic. It isn't FIFA. Like, you've got to take things step by step. Rome wasn't built in a day, do you know what I mean? All these people I see people on Twitter saying, Pogba's a free agent. Are you mad? Are you mental?
People think we're in FIFA
old school centre forwards usually do pretty well up here as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Anthony says ASM has 3
before,
kids.
Sorry, what was mentioned before is he got experience.
Yeah,
exactly. It is what we need. It's a scrap, and he's a tough player as well. I think it's a good signing, and I don't think it will be 20 million. It was rumoured to be 25 to 30 for Trippier, and look what happened there. I really don't think it's going to be 20 million.
It's 25. It's 25 for Wood.
25 now, with the add-ons,
I'm not even convinced it will be that much, really.
It is, because the release clause was 20 million. And
he's definitely got a release clause.
I thought that wasn't active.
The release clause was meant to happen in the summer, so they're not going to sell him for less than what his release clause is. So we've got in 25 million, sell him now, and we'll take him off your hands.
Take him for 25 million?
Okay, then. Exactly.
This is the reality we have to deal with now, is that people are going to say, you're the richest club in the world. Why are you doing this?
100%.
Why are you doing that?
January more than the status. January's just sucks.
It does.
Yeah, it's always a difficult window, January, anyway. And I think for me, and I suppose quite a few Newcastle fans today, it's kind of a wake-up call to say, right, let's stop dreaming of these, Vlahovic and all these like 50, 60 million, Patrick Schick and all of this. Let's just get the players who are Premier League proven to get us out of the shite that we're in now.
That's all we need.
And exactly. Yeah. And I think, the likes of Chris Wood, Premier League proven, he's tough as nails, a lot tougher than some of the pussies we've got on the side at the minute, by the way. And he will hold the ball up very well. And he's not afraid to use his size to his advantage. And that is something we don't have. We've got Callum Wilson, but he's made of glass. Chris Wood, he'll get on the end of crosses and he'll go in where it hurts as well. He won't be afraid to get stuck in. And he could be an absolute legend.
I like him on
Paul, how many times, right, when we heard the takeover happened, before the transfer window opened, how many players did we reel off that we've been targeted? None of them. We said likes of Jimenez, Cody, Tautowski, all these players that
Who?
Tarkowski. However,
before Tarkowski. Who did you say?
Yeah, Cody.
Started in a code and ended with a D.
Cody. Yeah. But we all said target best players around us. Kone would have been another one as well. We all said weaken the teams around us by taking their best players and giving us a good chance of staying. That's all we wanted. And as soon as these big names started coming, all the other fans' heads started turning, saying, well, these are the players that we're linked to. These are the players we should be signing. These are the players we're going to get. And they've all gone, well, you're third bottom of the league. Why would I want to take the risk?
To be fair, some of them are interested. It's the clubs that are saying no. Like
digging the heels in, exactly.
Well, there's
seems
that as
interested.
Well,
It's some of them do. I'd say it's 50-50. Some of them are interested.
Which is why I do genuinely believe that Botman will be a deadline day signing, right? Yeah, because Lille will panic and think, oh crap, we've got a lot of money we've been offered a lot of money here, and they cannot say no to that amount of money because we know they don't have it at the minute. So they may dig the heels in as long as they want, but when it comes to the crunch, the deadline day, they're going to run out of time and think, God, we've got to accept this. Surely we've got to. And so Botman could drag on. But Dan's a Burnley fan here, and he says, you can have Wood. Well, we're going to have him anyway. Thank you very much.
I have a Wood right now.
That was one.
He's obviously going to play against Wolves, isn't he? I mean, he's going to play Danielle, isn't he?
He's got to. Like, we're bringing him in to score goals, and we need to score goals against Watford on Saturday. So you start. That's it.
Yeah.
I think Burnley don't create as many chances for him as we would on this team. So I'm gonna say Wood hat trick on Saturday.
Wow. I mean, listen. Look
at it. Like, I'm all in. I'm all in now. Like,
I've got
this big spending spree's over. Like, that's it. Like, I'm back down to earth with a bang. I was one of those who kind of went down that road and thought, don't understand what's happening here. But it is a rebuild. It's going to take years. It's going to take years to get where we want to be. And there's plenty of time for those kind of players to come in. So let's just get safe, start rebuilding. We need to become kind of a comfortable Premier League team, which is something we haven't been in a long, long time.
Right.
In order to do that.
By the way, I've just kicked Sinclair off because I brought him on the show and he's sitting typing on his phone. So I brought Liam in instead.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, not bad. what did you think of the Cambridge game, Liam?
United, is he?
Absolutely shocking. From front to back, it was absolutely horrendous. It was unbelievable. I was sitting there watching the game and I thought, you pass it to midfield, there's no... From the midfield to the forward, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. They're literally left back, right back were the only twos doing anything in the game. The two centre backs may as well not have been there.
Mm-hmm.
There was literally left back, right back, goalkeeper. That was it. There was no threat. Their goalkeeper was unbelievable, by the way. He was absolutely fantastic. He was the best player on the pitch by a country mile at an away end.
Yeah.
Unbelievable, mate.
I mean, I was sitting just under the Cambridge fans and I couldn't hear what the atmosphere was like in the rest of the ground because all I heard was them push buggers shouting behind us.
Very quiet.
But I mean, they were fantastic. It was their day out and they deserved it, to be honest. I've got no qualms at all. That's what the FA Cup's all about at times. Unfortunately, it's mainly in our hands. Where do we turn now? I'll start with you again, Si. Where do we turn? Do we for a position now in the window? If we're getting Wood in, Cantwell is a bit dodgy. I think Ramsey will sign when he's over the COVID. Where do we target next?
It's got to be centre back for me.
Aye.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
And obviously, I like you love Connor Cody, but I don't think that's going to happen. Botman, like you said, could happen last minute. And who else have we been looking at in that position? Tarkowski.
Carlos.
Carlos.
There was that new link today as well. What's your man?
Thaddeus Shield as well, I think.
Something
Aye.
He's injured for 6 weeks, Thaddeus Shield.
He's not. It's only 2 weeks now, apparently.
But yeah, I think it's gonna be centre back.
They've come out tonight and said they've come out tonight and said 2 weeks.
But there's that other lad that was linked today as well. I can't remember. We were linked with him before years ago, but
Senesi.
No, it ends in a Vich, but he's what to call it?
Milinkovic.
Everything ends in an itch for you, Dublin. Mainly Biatch. Steve, we know we've been linked with so many big names, but can you imagine if we went back into Burnley and said, right, we'll take Tarkowski?
I mean,
or Ben Mee for that matter.
You know what? You got to do what you got to do. Relegation battles aren't sexy.
Yeah.
And the players that, are the big name players and stuff, it's great to have on your team, but if they get injured or something, we need guys like Tarkowski. I think just to start out, if Botman are going to play hard, if Lille are going to, play hardball with Sven Botman in terms of selling him, then so be it. They're in a lot more debt than we're in. So it's them being financially neglectful at that point, especially if a player wants out. That's on them. The club will struggle.
Definitely.
So if we can get Tarkowski off, I don't think Burnley would be very happy about that either. But if you throw in the right offer and you get a center, we need center backs really, really bad.
Yep. Massive shout out to Geordie Riffs, who's just put a comment in there. They may well be becoming sponsors of this channel. So hopefully we have a phone call tomorrow, and I'm really excited about what could happen with a partnership with those guys, because that would include hopefully some merch on the way. So I'm really looking forward to the phone call tomorrow. So hope you guys are okay, and thanks for tuning in. I'll have more details on Geordie Riffs in future shows. Yeah, it's all right. I'm alive. Thomas the animal pinches on the after your cat again, Danielle.
You can have me younger one because he's a nightmare at the minute, but he cannot have my Dipsy. She's my best friend. But the little one can go.
Yes, Trev, I do. So I know what it's like, mate. 6'5", you're in defence. Ian says Chris Wood is a good addition as he unsettles defenders. Hopefully we will add one more striker in the next 5 to 7 days. Do you expect us, and I'll go for Rohan here, do you expect us to sign a striker, another one?
Well, now we're getting Wood. I wouldn't rush into buying another one, because we needed one for the Watford game and then the Leeds game. But I think obviously I would buy another striker, but I wouldn't be rushing to get another one.
Yeah,
I'd wait for the right one. Look for opportunities by the end of January. That's what I would do. Anyway.
Yeah, I think Si's right. We need to go for a defender now. I think we need a centre back. Liam, I've got two Liams on here. The black jumpered Liam. I'll call you Liam 1 and Liam 2 is the red and black. So Liam 1, who do you want to bring in next?
I don't know, but I certainly wouldn't be looking at the likes of Tarkowski, to be honest with you. I think Burnley as a whole this season have underperformed massively. I know Chris Wood's a different story. I think he could come in and be like the Salomon Rondon sort of effect for us. But Tarkowski, I'm sorry, like this season he's been absolute pants. I don't want him anywhere near our back line. He's not even any better than Lascelles.
He's being better.
I don't know. Like, I would definitely push for the Botman deal 100%. I think that's quite a promising one, to be honest. And for us to be linked with someone like that, it's pretty exciting. We're not used to that. We're used to the likes of Tarkowski's getting linked, but Botman, he's obviously good and still young. Like, what more do you want? Build a team around him. I know you've said it a few times before on the channel, like he could be the company sort of thing, but he could be really. If he's good enough and he proves himself, build a whole defence around him.
Yeah, I think we throw the checkbook at Lille. I really do, to get Botman, because
I think you're right. It's going to be a deadline day signing, 100% in my opinion.
Yeah.
They'll cave in, hopefully, anyways.
Philip says Wood's only got 3 goals this season.
He's playing for Burnley.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I would make him our third highest goal scorer. So,
Paul Bradbury, go and take your face for a huge shit.
Again.
I was going to say
I'm
again.
always telling him. Baz looks different without the lights. Matthew, I think you've got a crush on Baz, to be honest. Full starting 11 out tonight. Susan's in the house, bonding again. Aidan, amazing tactics at play at the Toon today. Chris Wood signing is just relegated Burnley along with Norwich. A lot of people are saying that, aren't they? That it's going to be Burnley's downfall. I mean, Danielle, is that the end for Burnley? Do you think, or do you think they can attract somebody with the money?
Hopefully so. I don't want them to attract anyone. I want them to go down, and I want us to stay up. So there's no room for sentiment.
Christ, no.
We'll just go in, take. We'll get Wood and just let them get on with it. If they're unhappy, then they can join Southampton in the list of salty fans, can't they? We'll just get on with what we need to get on with.
Very true. Very true. I mean, Alex, you know, we've talked for weeks on the forum. I've talked for weeks on the show about various players coming in, but we also know that Newcastle aren't going to be pushed around, are they, when it comes to doing deals with teams. You know, the problem, as you mentioned before, is we've gone in for these players, or apparently gone in for them, and teams have dug their heels in and saying, well, no, this is the valuation. When, you know, if it was, let's say, you know, an Everton or another sort of bottom half Premier League team going in, it wouldn't be the same price.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, this is why I'm happy we set a good early precedent with Trippier with the low fee. This means that we mean business. Hopefully, it's amicable and we can do business with Atletico in the future as well. In the same way that Man City and Barca are always very pally-pally, I don't think Man City have benefited much from it yet. It seems to be all the other way. But, you know, we'll remember this. If people like Lille shut us out completely, we need to keep a record of these, you know, of these little Southampton tantrums and these clubs that are trying to take the biscuit a little bit. We need to you know, keep a list of it, because it's nonsense. And it is going to hurt them in the future, definitely, because we would be a good club to be linked with in 5 to 10 years' time for loan deals, for scraps that we want to sell. You know, and if we don't like them, then they're not going to get those players in 5 to 10 years. So they're just, you know, they're hurting themselves in the long run. And it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
But low ball wise, this Botman thing, there is an alternative which I haven't heard mentioned on the channel. Maybe when I've not been here. But Nico Schlotterbeck
at Freiburg, yes,
yeah. So
I mentioned him last week.
You did. I might not have
I couldn't
heard
say
it.
his
Sorry.
name properly. I called him Shut the Book or something like that, or whatever.
Freiburg are third in the Bundesliga. But they can't score goals at all. They've not scored any goals. They've scored like the same amount as us. They've conceded the same as Bayern. Their defense is absolutely ridiculous, and he's part of that. And he's literally like a blueprint of Botman. He's left-footed. He's 6'3". We have been linked with him a few times from various different sources. His stats are absolutely monstrous. His passing stats, his pressures, tackles, interceptions. He's in the 90th percentile in Europe for his position, and he's only 22. I don't know how he's sort of going under the radar, but he is a massive option B if we can't get Botman. And this is the best stat I love about him. Errors leading to goals, 0. Hey, we don't have one of them on our team at the moment. So I would definitely take him if we can't get Botman. But I massively like your option, Paul, of getting Botman on deadline day. I would take that if that's the...
He's no Connor Cody, but I mean...
No, you fuck off.
Oh, no.
Baz, I don't have bad language on my shows. You know that. Shut up.
How old is that other lad you were saying there?
Sorry?
He's 20. I know what you're doing. I know exactly what you're doing. So he's got a brother at the same club called Kevin Schlotterberg, and everybody mixes him up. So the defender's 22 and his older brother's 24. Yeah, they've got their own long staffs in Freiburg.
One's a left back and one's a center back.
Yeah,
Nico is the left back and Kevin is the center back.
But they're both left-footed and they're both tall and they're both called Schlotterbeck. So that's interesting.
Wendy says, hi, Paul. Fantastic show with the lasses on Sunday. Nice to see them back. Certainly lightened the mood after last week's bad news for most, I'm sure. The girls certainly swore you off the park, Paul. I must apologise for the bad language on Sunday's show. I got bollocked off Susan for my bad language. I was trying to explain that, I was very upset and disappointed with the performance on Saturday, and I had no excuse really. I just got bored.
Did I even swear on Sunday? I can't even remember swearing.
And F off. So I mean.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
that was unfortunate, mind.
Okay.
But I love her.
Yeah. Oh, she was full on. I mean, the passions were running high. Matthew says, drop ASM, start Fraser and Murphy on the wings and whip crosses into Wood. Right. We may as well talk about the enigma that is Alain Saint-Maximin. Liam, too, you're shaking your head, so we'll start with you, matey. What's your thoughts?
Like I said yesterday, do you know what it is? If he just stopped all these fancy flicks and tricks and started doing the basic fundamentals of football, looking up, passing, shoot when you've got an opportunity to shoot, but at least get the shot on target, no one would have a problem with him. But he tries to do step over after step over after step over outside of our own box, puts her in trouble, and then he stands there, slaps his thighs and goes, it's everyone else's fault. That's what annoys me the most about him. It's just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic footballer, don't get us wrong. But if he gets the basic fundamentals right, then he could go on to bigger and better things. It's just that attitude.
Yeah, I think that's where people get my thoughts on ASM very wrong, because I want him to do well, right? But like I said last night, and I've said for a while now, I pay money to follow Newcastle all over the country, and if he's shockingly bad, I'm going to call him out on it. He's a professional footballer, and I'm sorry, but if he thinks he's the be-all and end-all, and he plays shit, I'm going to call him out for it. And, I'm sick of him acting like Michael Jackson on the 18-yard box, right? It just honestly, he'd be doing the moonwalk next. And, backheeling. What?
I've got to go, mate. The bear needs feeding.
All right, I'll see you later on, Buzz.
Yeah, I'll see you
Bye, Buzzer.
See you,
Buzz.
Oh, bless him.
I'll be back on with Buzz at 10 o'clock on World of Sport TV. And we have the man, the myth, the legend, the Manchester United fan, John Sinclair.
We like it.
Shalom, Sinclair.
Love the John Sinclair. Sinclair.
How did Man United do last night?
John, comment in the comments before, actually, just saying he turned your channel on before and you were talking non-stop Man United, so he switched off. Right. Sai, ASM. Now, I know we've had a few discussions in the foyer at half times about ASM. What's your thoughts on him at the minute?
Oh, it's so frustrating. I've seen his name mentioned the same ilk as like Beardsley, Robert, even Ben Arthur, but he's lacking the one major factor they all had, which was that final product. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's so frustrating watching him take 2 on, and then he has the perfect opportunity to maybe lay it off to someone, or maybe take a shot a bit earlier, but he has to do that couple of extra touches and that add that bit of flair and that's just not what we need right now. We don't need that. And I'm sick of his antics on social media. Every time he underperforms, I'm sick of him being some kind of huge celeb on social media. It's just put the ball back in the net or give it to someone who can, and then that's your job. And just do that. Do the basics, please, and stop. You know what I mean? Stop all this fucking
pissing around.
Pissing around.
Do you think, Liam, one, I'll come to you. Do you think he needs to slow his game down a bit? I
mean, how can you slow someone like that down? Take his fucking rollerblades off him. He needs to, like, whatever he's having before the game, he needs to pack it in. Same with Miggy as well. They need to lay off the whiz them too. Like, lift your head up, have a look what options you've got. Like St. Maxim, it's so frustrating. Like you've said, he's got talent. It's clear to see he can be a good player. But like it's the same with Wolves with Dharma Traore. Like I say all the time with my mates and stuff like that. He's no better than Dharma Traore. He's a pace merchant. St. Maxim's the exact same. Bit pace, bit skills. Nothing's gonna come of it. The defenders just stand back and let him do it. They're not putting tackles around because they know he's not going to do anything.
I think the Wood signing is going to be great. It's going to help ASM as well because you know the way ASM because ASM takes normally just 3 defenders or 3 players going towards him, but you're going to need at least 2 to mark Wood. Yeah. So it's going to pull an extra person off ASM probably.
Yeah, I agree with Dublin, 100%.
Yeah,
space.
ASM needs to put up or shut up. That's my bottom line with them. Put up goals and assists. Max, like before Cornet got injured, that is what he should be doing because while Cornet was healthy for Burnley, guess what? You got goals and assists. Put up some numbers or shut up. That's my thing with the ASM. Enough of this dicking around.
As a fan, though, you must realise that it's frustrating for us because like we're getting beat like every week. And let's be honest, he is only like saving grace to actually like enjoy a match, really, innit? Like, what else have we got? It's St. Maxim skills and all this. That's the only thing we've got to look forward to on a match day. And he's doing these little fancy tricks and that just for a compilation on Instagram later on. And then for
that's what we've all said that all along. Yeah,
he fit in well at Man United.
I'm saying
it's his stupid tweets before a game. Yeah. It's the stupid tweets he puts out before a game with all these fancy stepovers. And as Jade alluded to on the show on Sunday, what that doesn't show is, a couple of seconds later, he's lost the ball.
Exactly.
Andy McClare, thank you very much. Yeah. Andy McClare, thank you for the £30 super chat, mate. In memory of Dave Harrison, the true gent, and will be a big miss to all those at Newham. R.I.P. Dave. We've got, over 900 watching at the minute tonight. So, that's probably the most I've ever had so far. So thank you very much. So if you do want to donate to Dave's cause, just hit the super chat button. If you are enjoying the show, please do hit the like button and consider subscribing if you haven't already. John, I've heard your, talks on, I know that Ronaldo is more popular with you than ASM, but what do you think about what's your feelings on ASM?
Listen, thought I have to agree with you every way, mate. I mean, like I said, he's a decent player. We all know that. He's got all the skills and that sort of thing. But he hasn't been playing well, and he's just think he's bigger than he is at the minute. And like I said, he needs to stop all his fancy flicks and skills and work hard for the team. Yeah. And, his touch. Like, I mean, we said this yesterday. I mean, he's got to release the ball when it needs to be, and he needs to look up more and start working like play as a team, not as an individual. Yeah, I mean, when Boost was there, everything goes through him, but now he's not the main man anymore, and he doesn't like it. He wants to do his own thing, so he just plays for himself. That has to stop. And if we are going to stay up, right, he needs to go back to the basics, do what he knows best, and just pass the ball more. That's what he's got to do. But like you, if he doesn't fix up, then I'm going to start calling him out. And everyone's having a go at us because constructive criticism of this guy sort of thing, yeah? But I'm going to call him out as well. If he doesn't fix up, I'm calling him out. That's why I gave him a 3 out of 10 on my player ratings the other day. And, if he doesn't want to work for the team, just drop him. Drop him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like I said, we're in the bottom 3 for a reason. And he's just not been playing well at all. I mean, it's just another Adama Traore as well. He needs to be careful that he doesn't get to fall in that trap, or it's going to end up like him.
Jates is absolutely shithouse signing from the Mighty Mags. Fans always have something to whinge about, but Wood will come good. I mean, look, I don't get this nonsense of why people are having to go at Chris Wood before he's even pulled the shirt on.
Before it's even official.
Well, yeah, but I remember watching him play for Leeds in the Championship, and some people might have been there when he scored against us. He caused us so much hassle that night, and you just know that Eddie Howe's going to say him. Just say to Chris Wood, get in there, cause a nuisance, get a couple of goals, become a cult hero up here, because that's what he can. He's only 30. Yes, John, 30. You were in denial on your show earlier on, saying 33.
Was that the last second equaliser against Leeds?
33.
Yeah, I think it was either a last-minute winner or an equaliser they got. I
think it was an equaliser.
Equaliser.
Oh, I was so fuming. I don't remember that.
Oh, that was in the 95th minute as well. And I was just,
I know. Natalie, thanks for the £4.49 super chat. R.I.P. Dave, great bloke and a true gent. Will be a huge miss. I mean, Danielle, it's been a week now and we still missing our right-hand man. It still seems weird that we're not getting those messages.
I miss him, honestly, every day.
Yeah.
Every day I look at me Twitter and I'm expecting a DM to pop in off Dave. Actually, DM, it sounds silly, but after the show last week, I sent a DM to Dave's account because I just felt like there was things I needed to say, and I think his daughters had a look at it. I hope, obviously, if she's watching, I hope I haven't upset you. There was just things I needed to say, but I just honestly, I'm just so relieved that we've got all this footage of him and all the memories on video that we could just go and look on YouTube anytime we want, because it's a lovely thing to do, and I found real comfort. But
yeah, I'm putting a collage.
He is a massive miss, Paul.
Yeah, I'm putting a collage of pictures together to put on as a video. But I'm working on that, so I don't know how long it'll take us to do that. But it just with this song, it will make a lot of people upset, like grieving. But you know, just some of the good times we remember with
everybody
Dave,
grieves in different ways, so no one can take that away.
That'll be coming soon, and it's just my personal respect to a man I loved. Basically, you know, it just. Brian says, "Awesome seeing how your channel growing, Paul. I'm over the moon for you, mate. Cheers, Bri."
Listen, Paul, I'm going to have to split, mate.
Simon, that's a disgrace.
Thanks for having us on, mate. Will I see you at Saturday half time?
Yeah, I'll be down there, matey. I'll see you at half time on Saturday.
Mate. Well, thanks for having us on, and I hope you feel better soon, mate.
All right.
You know, I've got similar issues to you, medical wise. So if you need any strong painkillers or anything, just give us a shout. I'll bring them on Saturday, mate.
No bother. I'll expect the FBI at my door now.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for having us on.
Take care, Si. See you soon, buddy.
Yes,
You'll do what you did the last time you fell down the stairs, was just sleep it off.
Yeah. We've got Thomas coming in. Good evening.
Mr. T, where are you at?
Thomas, are you there?
I don't think he is.
Ground control to Major Tom.
I think he's asleep.
Sorry,
Tom?
guys. Sorry.
Yeah, he's there. He's there. How are you doing?
I'm not bad.
Good. What did you think of the game on Saturday then?
Complete disgrace, honestly.
Yeah.
Absolutely shocking. We've really needed Chris Wood to come in, because Wilson's been a massive miss.
He certainly has. I mean, how do you, what's your thoughts on the signing? Are you happy about it?
Well, we need to see how he plays, really.
I think with service he'll do well.
I mean, look, we're going to have to wait and see how he does, because I don't know. You know, he's played, like we've been saying for a while now. He's playing for a poor team, right?
But we've got so many players who are good at whipping that ball in. Before Trippier came, Fraser can whip a ball in.
Jacob Murphy's been improving.
We've just been, and Wilson quite often it's not his fault. He's a different player. He likes to be on the shoulder. He's got a little bit more pace, and he's not always on the end of those crosses. But Wood doesn't know what pace is. He will sit there and wait for those pinged balls, and then we've got Trippier as well, who's going to start pinging balls in. So it would be weird if he doesn't score.
All right,
and he gives us so much.
2 seconds. Liam, one, thanks for coming on, matey. I know you're going to jump off now. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you. Cheers for having us.
Right, get yourself on next week, buddy.
Hope you'll be on again.
See you,
Thanks,
Liam.
See you all later.
Best of luck, mate.
So that was Liam, and we have Beetle Greg. That's a very interesting name. Good evening, buddy.
Hello, how are you doing?
Well, I'm a bit broken at the minute, but I'm getting there, mate. Just covered in bruises. Who just went there?
T went.
Oh, dodgy connection. David Turnbull, thanks for the £5 super chat, mate. He only knew him for the shows, but what a charismatic bloke, sorely missed. Greg, what do you think? Saturday.
Well, we look like a team that's just forgotten how to play football, which really isn't good if you're trying to stay in the Premier League. I don't know about, well, I think most people are in the same boat as me, as in I'm getting really sick of St. Max always going into business for himself and just not passing when he should, not shooting when he should. And I don't know. I get the feeling that he was the kid at school who was maybe better than everyone else. So he didn't bother passing to anyone else because he knew everyone else was rubbish. And this is what he's still doing now.
I mean, why do you think that is? I mean, Dublin Dave, why do you think it is that he just refuses? And it's not like the players don't look at him and think, what the hell are you doing? Because loads of times on Saturday when he lost the ball, players are putting their arms up. Trippier was getting absolutely infuriated. Because and Richie was, to be fair, as well, because two of them making great runs down the sides and not played in once.
Yeah, he's playing for himself on his little videos. He's trying to make the headlines and all that. Like when I was younger, playing five-a-side, like he's the type of player that be doing all the showing off, trying to do flicks over you and all that, but couldn't put it in the back of the net. And usually the target of someone who's got, like, I'd love breaking up that type of player. Like just to you can do all your flicks and all that, but you can't put it in the back of the net. Like but
Michelle, that's a very good idea, but the waiting list is massive for a season ticket at the minute, so I'm not sure when we could actually get one of those in. But we will obviously. We're certainly thinking about different things. Carl says morning would give your head a wobble. Hey, I thought it was funny at the time, mate, but never mind. Obviously not. PD Proudlock joins us. Good evening, Pete.
Hello.
Who's that tinging in the background?
Is that you, John?
No, that was my phone for some reason.
You having a Sinclair?
Thought a fucking bomb was about to go off.
Burnley said, by the way, we need to stop calling him Chris Woods, by the way, because Chris Woods was an England goalkeeper in the 80s and 90s. So it's Chris Wood with no S on the end. I just thought I'd put that across because we're not signing a goalkeeper here. Bless Baz looks hanging. Yeah, he did. He's a tired man. Obvious reasons. Obvious reasons. Baz says it's a bargain if we stay up and he gets a few goals.
Damn right.
Rohan, what do you think of ASM? Are you a fan or is he doing your head in?
I'm not as I don't agree with what everyone has said, because obviously, like, if you look back at the Man United game, he was excellent, and I thought the game before that, when he came off the bench against City, I think that gave him a boost when being dropped after, and I thought it was very good coming off the bench against City. But I get what everyone's saying. Remember the Oxford game at home? I don't know, was it 2 seasons ago where we drew 0-0 and he was rubbish because I think what he thought, I can get away with doing loads of stuff because it'll be too easy. They're League One opposition. I think he was just complacent, but I wouldn't be dropping him because, like, who are you going to play? Like, he's got the most goal contributions in the team. Like, I don't see why we should drop him.
Yeah, I mean, look, ASM is just like any other flair player. He's like an enigma. And I mean, Danielle, you were quite unhappy with him the other day. It's fair to say, and he is one of these players that will infuriate you because he's a flair player. But if he had a better final third, Danielle, then obviously we wouldn't be so hard on him, would we?
It's just like all the drama that comes with him. Just 5 minutes into the game, you can tell what saint you've got. Yeah. If things aren't going his way, he tends to have a little bit of a paddy, and the limp starts in the 60th minute. He starts doing the signal to come off, and I was thinking, oh, I can't be bothered. Like,
Yeah.
just put your head down and just get on with it. Like, and that's the infuriating thing is that magic that he's got when it comes off, it's second and on. Like, and I love him for it. But the odd on these occasions where he just doesn't, it's something not right. Like, he's not up for it. It frustrates us because I think, you know, we're in a battle. We need to be everyone in, don't we? So
we do.
I don't know.
I think we've just lost Sinclair
Hopefully
again.
He proves us wrong on Saturday. Hopefully,
good
he
old
proves us
Bristol
wrong.
connection.
Oh, that was the same with Annie on his World of
Yeah.
Sport show.
Yeah, we'll bring Thomas back in for now. Barry, thanks for the £5 super chat. Chris Wood, good signing in the circumstances. Not a marquee signing, but a grafter who'll score with Trippier and John Joe pinging the crosses in. Certainly, Liam, the crosses are going to come in, aren't they? I mean, does this signing benefit somebody like Shelvey, who will instantly look up as soon as he gets the ball and he sees he's got a target man now?
I think with having Chris Wood up front, he's a big physical striker.
Yeah.
He's going to be one of these ones that bring both centre-backs in, which is going to free up the likes of your Maxi, your Almiron, your Jacob Murphy. I think he could possibly be a vocal point. Yes, he's played for Burnley. He hasn't had much, what's the word I'm looking for? Much service with Burnley. But when you've got players like Maxi in there, you've got players like Almiron, not that Almiron's a great cross out of the ball, but if you chuck Richie on the right-hand side and you start pinging in those balls, he's going to drag centre-backs in. If you've got players like Shelvey sitting just behind Woods, then I don't see why your midfield can't start scoring. It's going to cause massive problems for other teams because the way I look at him, I know it's a long shot, but he's got that big centre forward presence. You think as soon as the ball's coming in, it's like, oh crap, you've got a 6'4" striker or 6'3", whatever he is.
Yeah,
they're all going to draw into him, which is then going to produce space for your wide players. It's going to be like a false nine type of thing.
Yeah,
it comes to me as a false nine.
They could try remember the old tactic when we had Carroll and Jose Enrique, and it was diagonal crosses from the left back,
doing the same as well.
Yeah, right over onto Carroll's head. Like you could try that with Wood. Like,
yeah,
they couldn't stop it because Carroll just didn't lose a header, did he? It was nuts.
No. Yeah, that's why we saw in both of them.
Yeah, Gary Moore, thanks for the £10 super chat. R.I.P. Dave Harrison would be a big miss. Keep up the great work, guys. Thanks, buddy. Daniel says, remember, guys, his record is 10, 10, 14, and 12. That's a good return in a shit team. Come to Newcastle, 8 goals, definitely with crosses. Hey, if he gets 8 to 10 goals in the remainder of the season, we'll be laughing. Absolutely laughing. I mean, you know, we talk about Shelvey and we talk about the way that he likes pinging the crosses into the, pinging the balls long. Do we go with the SM on Saturday, or do we actually take the risk of leaving him out and putting someone like Fraser and Murphy on the wings? What do you reckon, Greg?
Well, clearly Max isn't a striker, and we need to stop pretending and thinking that he's up to it. Keep him in the team by all means, but let's just not try him up front ever again, please.
What the hell was that?
What was that?
It wasn't me, that's for sure.
Definitely wasn't me.
Come on,
who was it then?
Leaf bomb. Jesus Christ.
Dave!
What? It wasn't me.
Was that you Irish hobbit?
It actually was not. Like,
I don't know what.
Well, we're going to be here all night until somebody admits who it was.
That could have been. It could have been anybody. It probably wasn't even what we thought it was, to be fair, but never mind.
It sounded like a ringtone. Like,
yeah, it sounded like a text alert. Yeah. Right, we'll move to. We'll go across to Alex. What do you think? Do we leave ASM out on Saturday?
I'd keep him in. I completely agree with everything you guys have said. I know I've defended him in the past, but yeah, Cambridge, I think he needs his ego toning down 20-30%. But I would keep him in 100% purely because of the space he creates. Yeah. Even though he's a ball hogger, the other teams do have to commit 2 or 3 bodies to stop it. If you leave him 1-on-1, he is going to go and score. I know his finishing's not there, but you do not leave him 1-on-1 because he will go. So even though he's playing silly, they will double and triple up on him, which leaves the space for Wood on the other side. Yeah. So, yeah, he's been annoying at the moment, but he still gets that space. And against Cambridge, because we had no recognised striker up there, nobody was exploiting that. It just nothing was. Whereas Wood will 100% exploit that. He will be there every day. And it's not just about the crosses to Wood. Hot take, but Wilson ain't very good at holding that ball up when it pings up to him. He falls over a lot. He whinges that he doesn't get the foul called. Whereas Wood, he wins 97% of his aerial duels. He is a monster at keeping that ball. Yeah. So when that ball goes up long, it's going to stick. And then we've got runners. So, yeah, I would keep ASM on, definitely. If 2 or 3, maybe 1 or 2 more games of the same as Cambridge, hell no, you need to drop in. But see what he's like with Wood. And, well, shouldn't say that out loud. But then, see what he's like with Wood up front. And then we'll see. He needs a chance with the striker.
We've got Stuart coming on. Good evening, Stuart.
Hi. How you doing? I'm doing great. Hey, Steve. How you doing? Good to see you.
Not too bad, man.
Where are you joining us from, Stuart?
I'm currently based in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam.
Wow, Jesus, we are going global. Are you a Newcastle fan, Stuart?
It's 4:30 in the morning right now. I've been a Newcastle fan. I've been a Newcastle fan since I was 6 years old.
Wow.
And I'm a huge fan of the passion on this show as well. And
thank you very much.
That goes on. Yeah, for sure.
So what do you think of Newcastle at the minute?
Well, we just need a finisher or someone who can tap it in. The Cambridge game was a prime example of that. Even the Man United game, we should have won that 3-4-1 easily. And I agree. I agree with the fact that Saint Maximin needs more end product, but I feel like there has to be someone that comes on and defends him here. Number one, I think we need to understand his mentality, right? Yes, understand his mentality first. He is a dribbling winger. That's what he does. I know that because I'm one myself and I played in school, so I know what that's like. Your job is to create, and sometimes, yes, he doesn't get end product. He needs to work on that. But if we consider that if we didn't have him this season, the way teams defend us would be completely different.
Do you not think teams have worked him out, though?
No, I don't think he's worked himself out. That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
So he's one of those players. He kind of reminds me of maybe a rough, or maybe a version of Lua when he was at Newcastle. He was so mercurial and unpredictable, and half the time it's a double-edged sword, really. You get the best or you get completely nothing.
Yeah.
But we need him in the team. There's no question about that. Just his sheer presence. And I think the third thing is that we're not considering maybe the reason why he's doing that is because he knows that there's no one in there that can finish. So,
well, I mean, that was a problem on Saturday, wasn't it? We were getting the ball wide, players were looking up, and there was nobody there. I mean, the amount of times, what frustrated me was Trippier, I think, forgot he was playing at Newcastle and not Atletico on Saturday, because he was playing some beautiful passes through the channels, and it was just running out for a goal kick. And everybody's saying, oh, Trippier's kicking the ball out. He's not. The pass was on. He just expects somebody to make the run into the channels, and there was nobody there. So I get what you mean about ASM and better players. Maybe, we can get better players in the summer if we do survive. God help us, we do. But it's going to be very, very difficult, I'd say, at the minute. But we'll see how the rest of the transfer window goes. Now, what I do want to talk about is, I've seen a couple of comments already coming through in this, is Liverpool Football Club and Mr. Jurgen Klopp. Now, we have, as we all know, as Newcastle United fans, we've taken absolute hammer from Southampton fans in recent weeks regarding the cancellation of the game. Now, a lot of football fans have been sort of arguing with each other about, how we prove these COVID results, and is it really true, and are you just bottling it because you've got injuries? Jurgen Klopp then turned around and said there is only one positive case out of all of them that they did, but they had a game postponed. And it was only, I believe it was Alexander-Arnold who was positive. The rest were negative.
Were false.
How did that get accepted, though?
Well, he claims there were false results. So how do Liverpool get away with that? Alex, I'll let you go because I know you like your ranting on this sort of thing. So you take it away.
In all honesty, I'm more to do with the football and the stats. The drama and the politics, you can go to somebody else if you want. I agree with you, Paul.
I just want your opinion on it. What do you think?
My opinion
given
is
the flack we've had.
It's incredibly difficult to police and to manage and to put a policy down. And it is, again, another one of those situations where it seems to be we get singled out, we get ridiculed, we get attacked on social media, and it is just unnecessary. It's just people who have read half the story or most of the time on social media, they've read 10% of the story and then they blurt out an opinion. It's an incredible. It's something we've never had in modern football in 20, 30 years. I mean, I'm only 29, so I've not seen everything, but I've never seen football have to go through this kind of thing in my lifetime.
Yeah.
So they're trying to find ways to police it and make it fair. And people like Klopp obviously seem to be taking the biscuit a little bit, and it's not fair.
I seen a tweet earlier on. Someone was saying the chances of getting a false positive test, a false positive test, is less than winning the Euro Millions, and then to get 10 of them.
Yeah, I was just going to ask how many false positives was the claim? Was it, or do we not know?
I mean, when they got done, how does anybody know? Because
it was more than 6 anyway.
Didn't he say they did it on the lateral flow, not a PCR one?
Yeah, something along that line.
I don't understand.
Lateral flow is only 60% accurate.
And they keep it. They're including. This is a hot take from me again, but they're including injuries in the sort of little group that whether they decide to postpone a game. I don't think injured players. I mean, this would have hurt us. So this is a hot take against my own club, but I don't think injuries should count in that pool of unavailable players. I think the injured players, you just play your academy players. If you get injuries, you get injuries. That's just unfortunate.
Well, that was Southampton's argument, wasn't it? When they lost 9-0 to Leicester last season, they were forced to play a lot of academy players because of the situation they were in.
Well, injuries are injuries. COVID is different. If you get over the whatever limit they set as the COVID threshold, if you go over that, fine, cancel the game. But I don't think injuries should be counting towards that because that's just pot luck. That's down to at the end of the day, that's down to your club's medical facilities, your physios, your medical team, how you train. So a lot goes into that. So that's unfair on the teams that look after their players and don't get injured. That gives the players, for example, us, we've had a lot of bad injuries. I mean, what was it last season with Steve Bruce? We had 642 centre backs injured at the same time. It was ridiculous. So, it's how far do you go with the conversation? There's so many left and right turns you can take, but Klopp's. Definitely. There's no way you get 6, 7, 8 false positives. That's nonsense.
Yeah, and plus they're counting, like they're taking into account the people they're after sending over to the African Cup of Nations. That's what they're probably doing. They're like saying that they shouldn't,
Well, at the end of the day, they're over there for a while. They're not going to get every single game cancelled, no matter what they do. Susan makes a point here. Yeah, we were sitting there with the kids on Saturday, and suddenly a naked blow-up doll landed on my knee. I didn't quite know what this little Lily sitting next to us on my right, and I've got Ben, 8 and 9-year-olds sitting there looking at this, and Ben's like, "Dad, what's that?" And I said, "Oh, it's just a balloon." Honestly,
from the heavens.
I tell you what, and I thought, oh my God, if this match isn't bad enough, I've now got to explain to 2 little people what the hell that was.
I think there's a Cambridge fans vlog that showed who was the one who brought it.
I've seen it, and I've actually sent him a message. And asked him if he wants to come on this channel and explain how I tell an 8 and 9-year-old what this blow-up doll does. And I mean, it was one of those blow-up dolls that certain men like to have fun with. So it wasn't just a doll. But I wouldn't know about that. But
an interesting way to have that conversation about the talk with your 8 and 9-year-olds, I suppose.
I mean, did it have a kit on, or was it just?
Oh, it was fully naked, mate. It was.
Okay.
Nothing on it at all.
All you can eat buffet, was it?
Oh.
Something along them lines. Yes.
You're all weak, folks.
Peter.
Yep.
Who's next in the door for you?
Oh.
And while you tell that, I'm just going to have a stretch because I think me broken ribs are digging into me bloody lungs here. Hang on.
Oh, I just hope it's a centre back because we really need one.
Jesus.
I guess we found out what Paul did with that blow up doll.
Peter, what about Ekitike?
I'm still here, you American jet.
I mean, that's the striker, isn't it?
Ekitike, Ugo, yeah.
Oh, yeah, him.
Left winger, yeah. He's a good. He's a very good player. I watch a lot of Liga, and it's actually my favorite league to watch personally. So many young talents, amazing fan bases, and Ekitike is having the season of his life. He is on a red card suspension though, because he got a red card in the Coup de France game 2 weekends ago. But he's a really good player. He scored away to Marseille this year, away to Lyon.
Yeah,
I think it could be really well against or centre back, hopefully, because we really need one of them as well.
Yes, Cesare, I have given up on Cody. Just a summer romance. Guys, do two people mind dropping off? We've got 20 minutes left. I'd just like to bring the last two guests in.
Yeah, okay. Thanks a lot, guys.
Hang on.
All right, I will.
Who's going? Who said they're going?
Okay, I will.
I've got to go.
I can head out. It's almost 5 in the morning.
You stay there, Stuart. Are you
okay, I'll stay.
Right, okay.
I can stay a few minutes. Yeah.
Greg, get yourself back on next week, mate, please.
Will do. Cheers, guys.
Take
everyone.
care, buddy.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Anyone else want to part?
I can if you want.
Who said that?
Liam.
Right. Thanks, Liam. Get yourself back on next week, mate. It's every 8:30 every Tuesday anyway. So
no bother, mate.
Thank you for coming on, matey. And are you going to the Watford game?
I'll try. Joys of work, but I'll try my best.
Right. No
Please
bother.
do.
All right. Take care, Liam. Thanks for coming on, matey.
See you in a bit, pal.
Take care. So we'll bring in John Sinclair, who I believe is not on his phone this time. And we've also got Football Lad. Good evening.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. How are you doing?
Hey,
yeah,
John.
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Great. How are you doing?
Good.
Not too bad.
Yeah, I think Crestwood is a very good.
Oh, what did he say?
I think Chris Wood is a very good signing.
Okay,
I'd agree.
I agree. He's not a marquee signing, but I think that I also heard, we're talking about him being a target man, but he's not as slow as we think. If you watch some of his highlights, he can actually run with the ball too, which is impressive for a target man.
Yeah, and he's an all-skill centre forward.
I disagree with that. Progressive carries per 90, he gets 1. He's in the bottom 6% in Europe for his position.
Oh, really?
He cannot carry the ball at all. He needs a walking stick to carry that ball forwards 5 yards. The bottom 6% in his position in all of Europe. That is so atrocious.
Stuart, just to make you aware, mate, that Alex is very much a stat man. So
okay.
he will come down on you like a ton of bricks.
I have
if you
all
get
of
the wrong
Chris
stats.
Wood here, all color coded.
Look at that.
I understand.
Just in case.
You have the data on him, but I was watching extended highlights earlier today, and I saw him running
there you
with
go.
the ball.
So shut your face, Alex.
This
That's
is
what
for
he's
the
trying
last.
to tell you.
This is for the last 365 days, so maybe they would.
There's no getting one over, Statman, Alex.
Alex, you must
for 2
love the
minutes.
stats for Ugo Ekitike then.
I've got Ekitike right here as well.
Oh, this guy's ready. I like this.
Interceptions per 90, he's got, I think, 1.07 or something like that. 97th percentile in Europe. I mean, the guy's a workhorse too, and he can play on the left or as a striker, so that's perfect competition for ASM.
But the deal they want from is
if Paul doesn't mind me going with it, Ekitike as a striker, forward, not a striker.
Yeah,
but you're 100% right. He is ridiculous for his output, like Eddie Howe style. He's in the 99th percentile for interceptions, his pressures, tackles. He's a monster. He looks like a child Joe Linton, but he can score a goal.
He's got 8 this year.
Yeah. Hang on, why am I disturbed by he's a child Joe Linton?
Well, he's only not. Is he 19? He's 19.
So is he a striker or a 10?
He's a weird left wingy cam forward.
Inverted forward would probably be the best way you can put it.
He's a bit like
the deal they want for him.
I'll tell you something though, Alex. I've never heard of that position in my life. A left wingy forward.
He's everywhere.
Yeah.
About his goals, everybody's like, "Oh, he's got 8 goals. He's got 4 expected goals, so he's doubling. He's not supposed to be scoring that many, and XG always catches up. So he's overperforming a lot. So that needs to be taken into account.
I mean, he's scoring against big teams. Like I said, away to Lyon, away to Marseille, and a 1-1 draw. He's a very lively player, and he's direct. And that'd be great competition for ASM.
But
I think he'll be a good number.
The deal is ridiculous. They want us to pay, what was it, 50 million, and then like another 5 million so that they can loan him back. Or something.
I saw 30 million euros with 10 million in bonuses with a 25% sell-on clause. Is the
and they want to loan him back till the end of the season, so we don't get him.
Did they say that as well?
Yeah.
But Dortmund, Spurs, and Leicester are all also interested in him, which is
another John was talking about him earlier on this show.
Yeah. John talks about
what do you
mainly Man United players on his show. Danielle, we'll move on to Luca Digne because apparently we have tonight up the offer to Everton to what some are reporting is an offer they can't refuse.
Really?
Does he want to be here?
Yeah, I thought he was going somewhere else.
I think he's supposed to go to Villa.
Yeah? Oh,
we've tried to hijack.
Yeah.
Now, he has, apparently, word has it that he has stated that he doesn't want to come to Newcastle. But if we sent a Alan Shearer or a Kevin Keegan or someone of that ilk to go and talk to him about Newcastle United and sell him the club, would it work, John?
It could do. I say it could do, but I mean, anything could happen in football, Paul, by the way, sort of thing. But things can happen at the last minute, and who knows? Who knows? But I'm still going to say that I don't think he's going to come to us, mate. I think he's made that quite clear. I mean,
You've been saying that about everybody, you want, John.
Say again?
You've been saying that about everybody, though.
No, yeah, but I'm just trying to be realistic. Look, I love to see Lucas Digne come to Newcastle. He's the sort of player I have all day long. I think he's a decent player, I really do. But I'm on the fence on this one. I'll take him, but I just don't know where he's going to go now.
Would you take him at United?
It's what Paul says. These players need
Newcastle United, man. Newcastle United.
Archer, good evening.
Good evening, Paul.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm all right.
Have you recovered from Saturday yet?
Yes.
Your interview was class at the end of PDs. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I think Archer's getting a bit renowned for those interviews with Mr. Proudlock at the end of matches.
I think he'll be a one on Saturday full time as well.
Well, hopefully not. Hopefully it'll be a kind of a celebration interview because that's what we need.
Probably. He does them as well, though.
Well, he hasn't had much of a chance this season, Danielle, to be fair. He's done it once.
No. But
the only one I've seen the one I seen in person was the Champions League in the snow when he took off his top and everything.
Richard makes a point there saying all gone quiet on Aaron Ramsey. I know he's got COVID still up. He's saying I'm led to believe that Aaron Ramsey has agreed terms and it's just waiting for COVID to finish.
See, I heard he's going to a London club. I thought he's going to London.
Forget London.
Be alone or
hey, I'm only saying
like
what I
Gabby and Lahore, Danielle.
Whoa.
I still don't understand what happens with his wages.
What do you think of Aaron Ramsey?
Isn't he on 400,000 euros a week? What we get? How is that wage going to get? Like, I don't understand that at all. What are we going to do with the wages?
Listen, if
that's not a problem, it's covered, paid.
Listen, I think if Aaron Ramsey had anything about him, he'd realise that he's not going to get that kind of money elsewhere. It's about playing football, and if he's willing to do that, let's say he doesn't need the money now.
Gareth Bale, isn't he? So.
He is, and what I'm hoping is that he's a multi-millionaire. Let's just get him in, agree terms. I think Aaron Ramsey, from what I'm led to believe, he's got a sensible head on his shoulders. He's not a mercenary. And I think if he wants to play regular first-team football, you know, like I said, ambassadors of this club, whoever they might be, I still believe behind the scenes they've got Keegan and Shearer working for us. I genuinely believe that. Selling the club. Now, if they go to somebody like an Aaron Ramsey and say, look, this is what we want to do. We want you to be a massive part of this. Sell it to him. And, you know, say, look, obviously you're not going to get the same kind of money you are at Juve. However, you will still be one of the highest earners at the club. I think he would. I'm led to believe he's agreed anyway. So, you know,
I mean, I'd take him over Longstaff and Willock in that little left bit every day for sure.
But the thing is, I'm not bothered how much these players are getting paid as long as they do it for the shirt and the badge and the fans. That's all I'm bothered about. And I think, Steve, that's the important thing, isn't it? When these players come in, you know, the money that we have available to us and that we're going to be able to pay these players now, it doesn't matter to us as long as they perform.
Yeah. I mean, this isn't a sentimentality club. This isn't a social media FC. It's Newcastle United, and we're the richest club in the world. But we got to build up. We got to build up, and we got to get some damn good players in the door. Yeah. I couldn't be bothered less, you know, about the wages and whatnot. I'm not entirely convinced by Aaron Ramsey. It's been quite a few years since I've actually seen him had a good, consistent run of games, good performances. It's been a while. I mean, I know that a lot of you guys are UK based, so you remember the good days of Aaron Ramsey when he was pretty much Arsenal's man of the match almost every single game. But it just hasn't. I haven't seen him in that form in quite a long time. And just because he's Premier League proven, I'm skeptical. But I'll back him if he comes. I'll support him. I'll love him. But a little bit skeptical, at least. I'm not going to write him off or anything. But
we only need to have a season out of him anyway.
Yeah.
Barbara, that's a very interesting transfer on your game. Bloody hell! Sold Mbappe and get Chris Wood in. Wow,
it wasn't a straight swap.
Wow. That is putting it right out there. I believe the Mackhams are getting thumped tonight. I believe they've lost.
Yeah.
Final score.
Lincoln City.
Well,
sorry, John.
Lee Johnson got sent off as well, by the way.
I think it was one of ex-Sunderland players scored like a couple of goals against.
Is that one of the good Johnsons or the bad Johnsons?
Well, you never know in Sunderland, do you? Mr. Matthews
anyway,
says Chris Wood. Sorry.
Apologies, I have to love you and leave you. It's been a
Stuart,
pleasure, guys.
Try and get on there next time, matey. Nice to have you on.
Appreciate it.
Make
Time
sure
to start my day.
My man.
That's
Best of luck, mate.
Absolutely. I'll be joining very soon. Bye.
Take care. Great guy. Nice to have him on the channel there.
Mm-hmm.
Right, we've got about 8 minutes left of the show because I know I'm jumping onto World of Sport TV shortly. So it's that time of the week where we ask you all for predictions. Now, given this is a very difficult prediction time to make, guys, for the simple reason that A, we now have Chris Wood and Kieran Trippier. B, we haven't got a Scooby-Doo who might sign tomorrow because this Chris Wood one's just come out the woodwork, hasn't it? He's just like,
it seems like, yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Paul,
all of a sudden,
Thursday night is the deadline for registration for Watford, I think.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Thursday.
Well, I got told, Alex,
no, it's Friday.
Midday Friday.
Friday at 12. Liam Kennedy said it's confirmed in the Premier League.
I thought it was as well because it was originally a Thursday, Alex. So you're not wrong in what you say. I think
I must have read the old news then.
Yeah, I think
for the Friday game.
Window, but let's face it.
Well, that's great then. It gives us 12 extra hours, right?
Yeah,
24 extra hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Apparently he's travelling by a train. Apparently.
Yeah, he's I've just seen a photo of him getting off the train, so he's definitely here. Leonard Smith, thank you for coming. I'll reverse. Thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Toon Review family, Leonard. Thank you very much. Archer, just. Before we get, obviously, you've just come on. So, what's your feelings on St. Maximin? Would you start him against Watford, or would you would you go Fraser and Murphy to get the balls into Chris Wood?
I would play. I would probably stick St. Maximin on the bench and play Murphy and Fraser on the wings and play Chris Wood up front.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of people are actually saying that maybe try St. Maximin as an impact substitute for like half an hour.
St. Maximin was just absolutely crap on Saturday. Like he did have it when we were playing Man United. He scored the goal, but when we were playing Cambridge, flipping Cambridge, he played absolutely shit.
Oh, Archer's winding up. He's turning green. Yeah, I mean, look, at the end of the day, he is what he is. And I think I would love Eddie Howe or someone in the coaching staff to maybe take him to one side like they've obviously done with Joe Linton. Well, Eddie Howe said he'd done that with Joe Linton anyway. And he's improved Joe Linton in just a few short weeks. So it all depends on Maxi, though, doesn't it? I mean, Rohan, you know, Maxi himself, he's got to take all that on board, hasn't he, and put that into practice.
Yeah, it's, I think, a good way to do it. I think someone said it previously, but it's like maybe in training, get him kicked a few times, get him like hardened, because he seems a bit soft, really. But if I was Eddie Howe, I wouldn't have played him in the Cambridge game because wasn't he like he had a knock or something?
Well, apparently,
I mean,
he always has a knock. It always seems like he has a fucking knock.
But that doesn't excuse his performance. I think, yeah, Eddie Howe's got to have a word with him and tell him, right, if you don't book your ideas up, you're going to be sat on the bench. Just because you've done this at the club before doesn't mean you're in the team all the time.
Yeah. Fair enough. Right, we'll get some predictions. Well, bear in mind we could have another new signing in by the weekend, but we'll start with you, Archer.
Yeah. I'm going for a Newcastle win. Newcastle 3, Watford 1.
Who's going to get the goals?
Chris Wood and Chris Wood double.
Ooh.
And Joe Linton.
I'd love to see Joe score. I really would. I'd love to see Joe score. Right, mate. Thanks for taking part. I'll see you next. Are you at the match on Saturday?
I'm at the game Saturday,
right,
so I'll see
you Saturday, buddy. Take care.
Catch you later.
Mr. Sinclair. Now, remember, it's Newcastle United. You know the scoreline, not.
Right. Okie dokie. I'm going to go Newcastle 3.
Yeah.
Watford 2. Watford 2. It's going to be plenty of goals in this game.
Okay.
And I'd love to see Joe Linton get a double.
Rashford, Ronaldo.
Yeah, exactly. I hope you're right, John, and I know you're coming up for the game, so I'll give you a bell Saturday morning. We'll arrange to meet up, buddy.
Fantastic. Thanks for having us on, people.
All right. See you soon, John.
See you soon.
Best of luck, John.
Mr. Proudlock.
Yes, so I'm going to say Newcastle are going to win by 3-1 as well.
Right. Scorers?
I'm going to go for Chris Wood.
Yeah.
Joe Linton. And I'm going to go for Fraser to try and get his first goal in the Premier League.
That'd be nice. Nice. Right. Thank you for coming on, Peter. And I'll see you. I'll see you at the game, buddy.
Absolutely. Catch you there.
Take care. Dublin Dave.
Oh yeah.
Come on, then. Let's hear it.
I'd say no. Honestly, I'm on the same boat. I'd say about 3-1.
Seems a very popular scoreline, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, 3-1 seems to be the main thing. I mean, Jesus Christ, I have had over 1,000 comments tonight, and I cannot keep up with them. It's just impossible when you're on your own. 3-1 seems to be what the viewers are thinking as well. Yeah. Caitlin and Nick has gone 3-0. So
we haven't shored up the defence, so I think we will concede one.
Who's going to score?
Would you believe? I think it might be Wood.
Wow, strange.
Yeah, and then Wood again, and then I'd say I'd like to see Joe Linton as well. Joe needs a goal.
Yeah, hopefully so. Omar's looking a bit positive. 5-0. Jim says 2-1. Aaron says 2-1, 2-1, 1-1 says James, 2-1. Interesting. I haven't seen anybody thinking we're going to lose the game, which is interesting.
Oh, I do.
Shut up, Steve.
We can't beat Cambridge, and all of a sudden, no, we just think Chris Wood comes in.
It's not your
gonna
turn
be
yet.
Watford.
Shut up.
Saying.
Dave, thanks for coming on, matey. I'll catch you next week, brother.
Best of luck, mate.
Take care. Right, go on then, Steve. Let's hear it.
Oh my God, 1-0 Watford. I last week on NFTV, I predicted a 2-1 win. That was against a fucking League One side.
Yeah.
There's no trust. I can't trust this team to get a win until they prove me wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. Watford have lost 7 on the bounce. But guess what? When you're in shit form, and you play Newcastle,
that's how the roller coaster of Newcastle works. You can't just get off at each stop. You got to ride it. You can't.
Steve, the problem is with Newcastle, you know what it's like, mate, being a Newcastle fan. You know, we'll play absolutely dreadful against Cambridge, and then we could turn up on Saturday and whack Watford 4-0. It's just the Newcastle way, isn't it?
Maybe. No, I think the most likely result is probably a 1-0. We can't keep a clean sheet.
Yeah.
And defensive and offensively speaking, I don't trust this team yet. I don't trust this team yet.
Well, I don't trust the central defenders. I agree with you there. I don't have any faith in them. I'm
gonna go
1-0
Watford. I'm gonna go 1-0 Watford, especially if they have Emmanuel Dennis too. They've got a recognized goal scorer. So
is he not injured though?
That's
is
what
Dennis
we'll have to
injured?
see.
I'm not sure.
That's what we'll have to see, because that's why he didn't go to AFCON allegedly. But Ranieri might have been kind of saying, he's injured, guys.
Ranieri might have been tinkering, shall we say?
Yeah, taking the piss.
Yeah. Steve, thanks for coming on, mate.
Of course. Thank you for having me
back on, mate. Long time no see. I hope you get yourself back on again.
I will. Thank you.
All right, take care out there, matey. Stay safe, buddy.
Peace, bro. Take care.
Top lad, Steve. Really, really
He
top
is,
lad. Love having
hilarious
Steve on
as
the
well.
show. He's absolute top man. Great to have him back on the forum as well. So, right, Rohan, the spotlight now lies on you.
Okay, right. So I think.
Hang on. Why do I worry when I ask fans what the score's going to be and they say, right, okay, and there's a lot of hesitancy?
It's because, right, I think we'll win 2-0 if we get a centre-back in, but I think it'll be 2-1 if we don't, because I don't trust the centre-backs. And look, if we don't have the centre-backs coming back from injury, whether it's like Lascelles or... I don't want to say the Irish one's name because he's crap. But like, if obviously
Voldemort now, is he after that?
Dummett was on the bench, and he hasn't played in God knows how long. But
everyone used to say Dummett was going to end up a centre back, didn't they? At one stage.
Kraft can't play at centre back again. But
Susan, I can't believe you've gone 3-0 after what you watched on Saturday.
But I think 2-1 is a safe bet, and I think Wood and Shelby will get one. So that's my prediction.
Okie doke. Right. Thank you very much, Rohan, for coming on. Like I say, if you want to come on next week, it's at the same time every Tuesday, buddy.
All right. Thanks very much.
Nice to see you on. Take care.
Take care.
And Alex. Now, all those stats you've had in front of you tonight, what's the score going to be?
4-1. 4-1. I think we'll definitely concede 100%.
It's the 4 that I'm actually surprised about, not the one that we're going to concede. It's the 4.
I've been thinking about the my original was 3-1, which mirrors what seems to be everybody's prediction. But just thinking about the context of everything, obviously we played so well against Man United. I don't think they're going to come out and play like they did against Cambridge again. They will have had a walloping for that. I think Joe Linton has hit a lot of shots soft, a lot of them shanked. I think there's a few players that are due to hit it sweet, same as Shelby did against Liverpool. I think if they've got to hit one right eventually, I think Wood will get a couple, 100%. I think Maxi will score one just to shut everybody up. There'll be a lot more space for him. So if players turn up and we've got Wood up front, I think there have been there have been a few games where we look like we should have scored 3, 4, 5. We're saying this consistently quite a lot. It's got to happen eventually. The season we went down, we smashed Norwich 6-2, 6-3, something like that.
We did, 6-2.
It'll click at some point, and I think it'll click against Watford. I think it'll all come together. Just before I sign off, one of the reasons I'm so angry we did so poorly against Cambridge is that was a great opportunity to give Dummett 45 minutes and give us an extra centre-back cover. So that is really annoying. I think he could have been a great little rotation centre-back option, but he's not played, so we can't have that. And it was shame for Anderson not to be able to come on when we were ahead, and so yeah,
totally agree.
But 4-1
Totally
Newcastle, 2 from Wood, 1 from Saint Maximum, and I would like Joe Linton to get one. I think a couple of Trippier assists as well.
Brilliant. Right, Alex, thanks for coming on as always. It's great to have somebody with so many stats who can put the stats across and we get a better understanding of who we're talking about. So thank you for the work
Just
you
a
do
hello
on
to
that.
Dave as well before I go. Got to be said.
Yeah, I know.
So
he's a big miss, but he'll be watching us and he'll certainly love the show tonight, especially how many actually were watching the channel, how many's come on and participated. Fantastic in the chat and everything.
Are you guys, where do you guys sit? Are you under the away end, are you? Because I'll have a look when I'm watching TV. I'll see if I can see you guys in
You're not Miss Paul. He's the one. He's the one with the blow up doll.
There's no need for that, Danielle. I'm actually hurt by that comment. I'm not far behind. Well, I'm in the leasers to the left, obviously where the cameras are, and I'm only about, I'd say, a third of the way back.
I'll keep an eye out.
Sometimes my daughter says when she's watching the game, she regularly sees me because she knows where I sit now, so she always looks there. But I'm normally standing up, purple faced and screaming at them, to be honest. So it's not hard to miss.
It's about right.
So yeah, Alex, thanks for coming on, buddy. I'll catch you next
Danielle.
week.
Thanks, Paul. Take care.
Take care, mate. Stay
See
safe.
you later.
Top man, really like Alex. He's a really nice lad.
He's
Really,
Toon Review Stato.
yeah, he's Toon Review Stato. Yeah, that's what we'll start calling him now. He should change his name. I know he's still in the green room there, so change your name to Toon Review Stato next time you come on, Alex.
Yeah,
he's giving the thumbs up, so there you go. Right, Danielle, we won't give any predictions because we're doing our review show on Thursday.
Yeah.
It'll be 8:30 on Thursday for the review show, and that will be with me and Danielle. Match preview for the Watford game. We'll predict the lineup. We'll try and get a Watford fan on. I did get one for the away game, so I'm hoping he's going to come back on again on Thursday night. So it'll be nice to see him. Thank you to everybody that's commented tonight. It's been mad in the chat. We've had over 900 people watching tonight, which is a record for the channel. I'm absolutely blown away at how quickly this channel is growing. But it's thanks to everybody out there who takes the time to watch the channel, comment, donate, everything like that. Obviously, the mods in the background, Cesare, Susan, Jules, you yourself, Danielle, as a co-host, massive part of the channel. It's not just me who sits here and talks to a camera. It's a big team effort, and it's brilliant. And we just want to make Dave proud and continue to do the work that he was helping with, and we want to take it to the stratosphere kind of thing. So we want to build it as much as we can. So thank you so much to everybody who's participating, chatting in the comments. It's really great. Unfortunately, now with the channel getting so bigger and bigger, I can't read everybody's comment out.
No.
It's literally impossible. But it is great to see everybody chatting away and talking about football in the comments and things like that. It's brilliant. So thank you to everybody.
And thanks also to everyone for being so generous in your donations for Dave. It'll mean a lot. It means a lot to us, and it means a lot to put to Dave's family. So thank you so much. You would just be blown away.
The main thing is we can get something really nice for the funeral, and we can also, as we wanted to do, get something made to remember him by. For us personally, which is incredible, really. So we will obviously let everybody know what we decide to do. But it's obviously nice to get people's opinions on that, what we should do as well. Because I certainly take all of them on board as well. But closer to the time, me and Danielle will be and Jules and obviously Susan as well. And
you good lady.
We'll be having a good chat about what we're going to do to have some kind of memorial from, because that's the least we can do because of the man he was. But we will do something like that. But listen, guys, thank you for joining the show tonight. It's been an absolute blast. Thank you for all your support on this channel. It blows me away every time I go live and seeing everybody just wanting to participate in the channel. It's fantastic. So thank you so much. If you pop over now to World of Sport TV on YouTube, Barry's on there now with a transfer show. He's got Billy Tree on there, Jade's on there. I'll be jumping on there shortly. talking about any potential new incomings this week and possible outgoings. So that will have already started. So if you jump across to World of Sport TV, I'll see you all there. But in the meantime, from me and Danielle, we will see you Thursday night at 8:30.
See you Thursday.
Take care.